climate change is real. We can debate over whether it's how to address it.
Yes, Eric Schmidt, ex-Google CEO, Silicon Valley type, we all know the climate changes. It does. I mean, a couple days ago it was like 34 degrees, and yesterday it was like 45, 50. So yes, the climate changes all the time. It's done that since the beginning of time. We all know it. There's fall, there's winter, there's spring, there's fall, summer. So we know there's many different ways. We've known this since the beginning of time. What you're not saying here, you are, because you say, now we can argue about how to address it. No, that's where the problem is. No, there's no need to address it. It's fine. But what you guys do, because I remember it. I love how they leave this fact that it used to be called global warming. Al Gore was, back 30 years ago was the one, oh, the sky is falling, falling, global warming, the polar bears. Yeah, everybody's going to be extinct in 12 years. Yeah, that came and went twice. Okay, and so then you realize, damn, we got to do something because it's not getting warmer. It's actually going colder. So you know what? Let's just scratch global warming and let's just stick with climate change, because then that'll cover all bases. That's what you did. So you can carry on, and I do believe that these people, because they're so empty, I do believe that they believe their own lies. If there's because what they're pushing is that, oh no, but they were pushing 30 years ago, you're not going to be here in 12 years. Yeah, and then AOC came, on the scene, and she started pushing that same narrative to young people, in this day and time. So they're using the same scare tactics and arguments. The climate is fine. Maybe it's not fine for them, because I would imagine that if Jesus returned, that would be a major shaking up of climate. So maybe that's what they're worried about. Yeah, because I can't imagine that Jesus would be really thrilled with Silicon Valley. Let's just face it. Wouldn't be really thrilled with the science. One of the arguments all of these people make for pushing the agenda of why you should have an AI governance is because that there's no human being that can actually be objective. Neither can AI, because somebody initially programs it. And we already see that. It's so obvious. Like, for these people to say this and hype up AI like it knows everything. No, it doesn't. You've programmed it with DEI. So you've programmed it to be biased. So right from the start, you can't say it's super intelligent. Look, they started pushing this AI governance kind of thing. The first time I remember it was from Anthony Fauci. He said, soon AI will be telling you what to believe. And that's really what this is about, because the Silicon Valley types, your elites, they see that the public no longer trusts the media for good reason. But what they can't have is the public just out there free thinking. They need you. They need to mold people into that. No, AI is better than any man. It will always be objective. No, it won't. It can't. First of all, it hallucinates. But it doesn't matter anyway. Somebody is initially programming it. So that it can't be objective, because what their argument is that there's no man or woman that is fully objective. Right, and they go on to initially program it. So it's not, and I'm sure they would make a ton of arguments. Oh, well, no, it'll be able to reason to itself. No, it can't. All you're trying to do, Eric Schmidt and Sam Altman and all of you people, is you're trying to get people, since they will no longer listen to the media, you're trying to get them obsessed and focused on that we must follow AI. And your guys' ideas haven't been really that good. For the longest time, science has wanted to claim that they're the objective ones because they follow evidence. Except there's a ton of peer reviewed throughout its history that have been manipulated, and ones that were good that were kept out because, oh no, if I put this one in, it won't make the powers that be happy, and then I won't get grant money. So, and they know, your Silicon Valley knows this, but what they're most obsessed with is getting people to accept that AI is the most objective. No, it will never be. It won't, because again, somebody initially programs it, and we already see how all of the, whether it's Grok or it's AI or it's Google or DuckDuck Assist, it doesn't matter. They all are tend to lean in that diversity, equity, and inclusion. And here's the thing: that's the way you can, if you just pull up any paper, like any peer-reviewed paper, like from within the last 4 or 5 years, it doesn't have to be it, whatever it is, you will see just all through it sustainable health disparities, diversity, equity. They're everywhere, and every single stakeholders, every single one of those words tells you who they are because they tie back to the globalist agenda. So that's why they need to push you into this belief that AI can be objective because nobody else can be trusted. No, because I don't think AI is as smart. I think their obsession with this computer running our lives, running our healthcare, running our government. And it's too bad none of you have boundary issues or had respect for people, because if you did and you had reflection or able to be, self-aware at yourself, then you could maybe reflect and see how, maybe it's time for me to stop trying to control others and just take a step back and learn to listen. That's the problem. You guys never want to listen because you see yourself as the experts. But look at your history. Oh, have you done some good things? Okay, here and there, but overall, the check marks are more on the negative side than the positive. So, and this is just an easy one to see. They know that people are never going to go back to believing what the mainstream media says. There's been too much damage. There's been too much damage after COVID for people to trust the science. So they must get you to trust someone, because as he says, otherwise we don't have a shared set of beliefs. Right, America was about not having a shared set of beliefs. I mean, fundamental truths, yes, like, we know what males are, we know what females are, but those fundamental truths. But as far as we all need to believe the same thing, no, we don't. But you want us to. You want us to, because you guys are the ones obsessed with AI. The number one reason they want you to accept that AI is the best objective form that we have, and that should be trusted to be our governance, is because they can program it. I mean, it's Silicon Valley. Then they can make sure that none of their research, none of their projects, because again, these are the people that are obsessed to a, I would say that it borders on a fatal attraction obsession kind of thing with AI. In their research, they're so addicted to it like a drug that they have to have it. They'll go through withdrawals if they don't. And that's why they don't care who. I mean, look at the history of Tuskegee, okay? That and all the other experiments that the science has done. Look, Operation Paperclip, bringing military or Hitler's scientists here into America to start working with our Department of Defense. I mean, all of these things. And so they know there's no way that people are going to just trust the science anymore because of, especially after 2020. So now they are desperate to get you to believe that, no, AI will be my new overlord. No, you want to be a free-thinking person and stop listening to these people. They're only pushing you there so that they can still benefit. When's the last time any of these people did anything for humanity while they carry on about all their technology and science projects are going to save humanity? Yeah. You've just taken us into a digital gulag.